So I've started using one of these new gimbal things, so bear with me. I think everything's running okay. I think the mic's working. I just forgot to Google how I'm supposed to focus the face as I'm walking. But anyway, we'll do what we can. Not the greatest of nights to choose to do a YouTube blog, or YouTube video as I call it, but just wanted to say a few words before this Sunday and why I've decided now to start doing some YouTube videos and why I've not done them before. Basically, I haven't been in the right frame of mind before. I've since starting the brand 5 years ago, it's been a tough old slog, and people don't see really what goes into a brand, and spent a lot of money on it. Changed my mind a few times about the direction of where I want the brand to go. Mental health has got in the way. Warehouse fires have got in the way. Yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare, but what's inspired me to now start doing this? Well, recently I've sort of hit rock bottom again. I've been trying to keep my head above water, trying to keep things going, trying to keep the money coming in, trying to keep the turnover and cash flow going. But it's been tough, especially not getting into retail for some reason. I don't know why these retailers are not going for us. So I thought, balls to it, I'll start doing my own thing. And sort of what's inspired it really was a guy called Howson. Now Steve's he's a YouTuber, he's got a lot of followers. And he's a football pundit. I'd say it's a football pundit, but on YouTube. Very good one, actually. And about 12 months ago, 18 months ago, he started his own fitness regime to lose weight, get fitter. He's an ex-military soldier, so he's suffering from PTSD. Okay, well, why is it not targeting my face? Anyway, suffering from PTSD and stuff like that. So he went on a massive, gym regime, deadlifts, loads of weights, running, hiking, walking, and lost a massive amount of weight and looks fantastic now. And I've seen him do that, over the last 12 months. And I thought, I used to have that determination and things to get better. But ever since I had my sort of breakdown 10 years ago, and my recovery from alcoholism and depression, anxiety, ADHD, what else have I got? I don't know, whatever else I've got. I never really had that motivation to get back doing what I used to be good at: sports, fitness, well-being. And I thought of, I became addicted to the brand, really. Everybody's told me, everybody's seen it. I just didn't see it myself. I threw myself into it thinking that it was going to be a lot easier than it was, to be honest. But it's not been. And it's put me in a tricky spot. I'm watching Stephen. I'm watching how he's changed himself completely and started to go back out on walks. And he does vlogs as he walks round, and they're brilliant. And he talks about football, United fan. And he's inspired me. He's inspired me to get back outside. I'm a hermit, really. I like to stay indoors these days. Don't really go out much. I don't... this fucking thing working again. Don't really go out much. I don't go to the pub. Don't really like to socialise. And that's wrong, I should be getting out there and enjoying myself. But because of the alcoholism and traits that I used to have, I'm always trying to protect myself. More so for my kids. I always told my youngest that I'd never drink again to make sure that I could be a good dad for them. And I've been a good dad. Look, he's doing it again. Hello. I'll get a grip of it. Fucking thing. And I have been a good dad to them. You know, they're 15 and 12 now. They're amazing girls. And yeah, I've done a good job. Proud of that. But sort of left myself behind in that time, you know. Sort of not looked after myself mentally. And you know, the cracks are starting to show. And I need to get back out there and do it. And a part of this walk, for me, on Sundays and starting the walking talks, you know, it's selfish from my point of view as well. I want to get out there and start getting fit again. You know, I'm 47. I'm not getting any younger. Depression, mental health, you know, it's frowned upon. It's still frowned upon now. I don't care what anybody says. But it's a bastard, man. It really is a bastard. You know, I went into the Priory 10 years ago, 11 years ago now. Came out, thought things would be sorted. Felt great. But, you know, since then my life has completely changed. I've had a major battle with the divorce, major battle for custody of my kids. Whilst running the brand, we had warehouse fires, hacked into Instagram accounts. We completely lost one account. I had to restart all over again. Couldn't afford to pay designers. Had to sit in bed at night time on YouTube designing myself. You know, that took ages to learn how to do it. Then having the confidence to produce what you're doing. You know, we're just coming out the arse end of it. And I get messages from, hello sheep. I get messages from my old shareholders. Never had anything to do with the brand ever. You know, having a pop at me and pretending to use other people's emails to log onto the website, sending me emails and things like that. Fuck off. I put my fucking heart and soul into this brand. We've produced some absolutely amazing pieces and products. Some iconic stuff. So yeah, we needed to get back into what we were good at, and that was outwear. You know. And stick to the philosophy of the brand, of what I always wanted to do with it, and that was making people feel better about themselves. I thought I could do that through fashion, but you know, I was designing too young, and we didn't have enough money to go like really high level. And I think like outerwear just suits me down to the ground. It suits me as a designer, it suits me as an engineer, it suits you guys out there keeping fit. And you know, I know this year it's just twigged. Shit, the mic's not going on. Yeah, so I've decided this year, you know, you can see how the brand's evolved, you can see how I've evolved as a designer, and which way, where I want the brand to go. And yeah, I've tried to stay away from fashion. It's just too tricky. I haven't got enough money. I haven't got $56 million like Victoria Beckham. You know, I've put my money into it. I've invested heavily into it. It's been my whole life for the last 7 years. You know, and now it's time to show everybody what we're good at and what, you know, what we're about. And a lot of that is about physically staying fit, which obviously keeps us mentally fit. Both go hand in hand. You know, you can't get one without the other. Especially with somebody like me that has suffered from a young age, really. It's going to affect me for the rest of my life. So, you know, what do? Do I promote the brand in a fashion way and not really like it, or do I promote it in the way I've always wanted to do it? And this suits me. This suits me and it suits the brand. And doing the walk and talks this Sunday, getting out there and talking to like-minded people, talking to people who may be struggling. You know, the difference for me these days is I'm always going to struggle. I don't drink anymore. It's a police for me now. I'm mentally insane. Oh no, it's not funny. Local drama. Going bad. You know, I don't do drugs anymore, I don't do drink anymore. So when I'm not feeling well, I do have the mental capacity to get out of it. The tools to get out of it these days have been trained well, let's say. And some people haven't. Some people are not fortunate enough for their parents to put them into a psychiatric hospital. You know, I was, and I'll be forever eternally grateful, you know, for my parents doing it. They saved my life, literally. But I've made sure that I've repaid them because I've stayed clean and sober ever since. But that doesn't mean that I'm always going to be well. That doesn't mean that I'm always going to be better and cured. But what it has given me is the tools to make sure that when I do hit rock bottom, I'm not afraid of talking about it. I'm not afraid of getting out there and telling people that it's a bastard. People who don't have it, they're lucky. You know, people who do have a life of it, and it's torturous. It is torturous, but you know, there's plenty of people out there, and there's not a lot of people that still talk about it. There's still some sort of taboo going on with mental health, and oh, fuck it, man. We're just got to get out there and do it, haven't we? You know, those people who don't understand, and they don't understand. You know, it's not like my dad. My dad's never suffered from mental health. He didn't understand it at first. He does now. You know, he does understand completely. He's seen it. He's seen me in it. He's seen me in padded rooms, no light switches. Everything's bolted down. It's not good, that. You feel completely worthless. You know, you don't want to get out of bed. And you think you'll do it tomorrow. Do it tomorrow. Opening bills, letters. That's my worst trait. Letting bills rack up. Not answering things on time. Not sending things back. I'll do it tomorrow. You know, everything will be alright tomorrow. But it's not. Because we're not tackling it today, are we? If we tackled it today, then everything will be alright tomorrow. It's just the way we think, innit? Crazy. I procrastinate on a lot of stuff. And what I do is put a lot of stuff, personal stuff off, and get stuck into the brand. Design a new jacket, do a photo shoot. It's great for you guys, but it's not great for me. So although we've got some quality gear design now, I'm really proud of it, especially this piece I've got on the trousers. Waterproof trousers, waterproof jacket. They just look awesome, they're great. But I think the brand has to be, you know, I have to brand it in the right way. And I haven't been doing that. It's about getting outdoors and enjoying ourselves. Like-minded people, go camping, trekking, take your kids. That's where I always wanted it to be, but and globally, you know, doing it all over the world, not just locally. Like I said before on other videos, I used to be a drinker. That was insidious, man. I couldn't put the blasted down. But I got through it. I got over it. It's hard. It's not easy. No way is it easy. We're doing things like this and reaching out to people and embracing stuff that people are offering. You know, take it with both hands. I think they'll save your life. Well, you can just follow the same path of what you've always done. Waking up with the birthday or shit. What I can't remember last night. I remember I was in a hotel room or so. I was staying in an apartment in London, and I got tidied up for about 2 weeks. It's the sort of thing we don't do, is it? I was shutting the curtains. I didn't even shut the curtains. Shutting the curtains, and I found you know, a pool of my own shit. Solid. That I remember throwing up. What's that all about? Just loads of stuff like that. I'm not going to go into everything, but you know, I might even cut that out actually. So the walk and talk's not just about mental health. It's about being physically fit, using the brand, using the new jackets. We've got some samples for Sunday. Hopefully, you guys will come down and support us, support doing it. It'd be great if you did. Bring the wife and the kids. That's what it's all about. It's for everybody. And then, of course, we're going to do, men's walk only, just for the guys to come down and open up. There's plenty of guys suffering out there, whichever discipline you're from. It'd be good for guys to finally find somewhere that they can just unleash and talk to somebody who understands, or talk to guys that understand as well. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to get a membership. You don't have to get an £8,000 new bike and dress yourself in lycra. You just buy waterproof from 7-Eleven. Away you go. That's what it's all about. Just be with like-minded people who understand you. Oh, so if I twist that, oh, so you do it. Oh, well, at least I know how to do it then. Twist it in this one. Amazing skirt. There's bottoms. I know everybody wants matching bottoms, but I think the standard grey bottoms would go with it nicely. Hopefully see you guys Sunday then. You can get down, that'd be great. Bring the wife, bring the kids, we'll have a coffee after. See you later.